What's good, y'all? This your country cousin Pete McCorvey, a.k.a. Petey Mac. Man, get on up here. Pull you up one, light you up one, kick your shoes off, relax, baby. You around family. We on the porch. It's Pete McCorvey's Porch Talk. Let's do this. What's good, family? This your country cousin Pete McCorvey, a.k.a. Petey Mac. Welcome back to the porch once again. This week was just slow motion, middle of the road. Not too much going on. Wasn't great, wasn't bad. It was, can't say like Goldilocks, can't say it was just right. But it wasn't just wrong, if you feel what I'm saying. You know, I know I'm sounding confused in his head. That's kind of like when George W. Bush said the evidence of absence is not the absence of evidence, you know. But if to those who understand, you get what I'm saying. A lot of music has come out, just all kind of different stuff. I don't have nothing to pinpoint exactly. However, I will say this. There's a new trend with all these albums and singles coming out, and that's just with the artists having a picture of themselves, a picture of them at some location, or just a picture of anything, period. But they don't have any words on there, no caption, nothing. They don't have who they are. They don't have the name of the single. And that's kind of frustrating. I realize how frustrating that was because it's one of my Facebook friends. He put up a picture of his son's new music project and had a picture of him from back in the 90s on there. But it didn't have his son's name. And I went and I said, and I wasn't the only person who said it in the comments. They were like, so what is his name or what's the name of the project? We didn't get no answer. So everybody, people need to stop doing that. At least put it tiny in the bottom or something. Have it kind of encrypted and with the clothes you got on or some type of stuff you got, because y'all be putting out some fire shit. We don't know who you are. We don't know what it's called. So we don't even know how to look for it. I know everybody's stupid and y'all think we can look at the pictures and stuff because we can't read. But nah, I got to be able to find out who you are. You can't just have a picture of the dude who grabbed the Ku Klux Klanman back in the 70s. Y'all know the picture of that black dude who grabbed that Klansman, is about to get ready to beat him down. Yeah, you can't just have that picture up and you ain't got no caption. Like, we don't know who you are. We don't know what your name is. So we got to start doing better about that. The Rookie is still going good. Season 7 is still going strong. I will say this about Season 7. It hasn't really been leaving me on awe like the other seasons have. Even Season 6, it was only 10 episodes due to the writer's strike they had. But every episode left me on the edge of my seat. This one's just not doing it for me. So I'm kind of worried. Has one of my favorite shows run its course? And is this season or next season going to be it? Which, if this is the end, it's not bad. It's done 7 and hopefully 8 seasons. So that's a hell of a run. That's a hell of a run. We can't complain. Gave us great stories. I'm pretty sure, I know being a writer, I can tell you from me writing stuff that I write, it takes me a long time. So I can't imagine being somebody who has to come up with 20 plus ideas every year. And if you do that, like you do the math, that's over 100 something ideas you got to come up and you got to tweak all the time. And especially since these shows come out weekly, that means you got to constantly be on it. So I'm wondering if it's ran its course. I mean, everything run its course. Like for some people, college run its course. I mean, college run its course for us who go. People that's in the military, whether you do 4 years, you do 8 years, or you do 20, it runs its course. Unfortunately, marriages run their course. Relationships run their course. So if it's ran its course, and it's over, I totally understand. But you know what? This 7, I will say, we got to get in depth with some of these characters. Like, for instance, they showed that Bradford Tim, he is not over loose. Like, he really, the breakup that they had, he was in a veteran support group, like at the beginning of the episode, and he admitted that he still missed her. And if you saw the Valentine's Day episode week before last, that they ended up sleeping together. He said like he made a mistake and he shouldn't have did that. and he had accountability for what he did. But I like what the moderator of the group said. She told him straight up, she said, well, she never said no. So this is not 100% on you. Because she was a willing participant. Which a lot of people need to hear that. Like, not just the people who feel like they're bad for doing something, but the people on the other end who want to play the victim. Like, well, he did this, he did that. You weren't 100% the victim. Example of that, I got a family member, got multiple baby daddies. But every time she tell the story, it's their fault. Like, they got her pregnant, this, that, and the third. So I asked her one day, I was like, so why didn't you go to the police? She was like, what do you mean why I didn't go to the police? Well, if these men fault they got you pregnant, sound like you were, God forbid, you were sexually assaulted. She was like, no, it wasn't sexually assaulted. I said, so it's consensual. She was like, yeah. I said, then it's not their fault. You are part to blame in why you end up having children come into this world. If they didn't sexually assault you, then part of that blame is on you. So like that old saying, when you point one finger, you got four of them pointing back at you. Don't be talking about he convinced me. Let me tell you something. Coercion it's tricky for me because there's some stuff like you can't be coerced in that. Like people talking about he coerced me into doing this. Like some men say this man coerced him into a sexual act. Let me tell y'all something. I've had a bunch of gay friends, and I've had some of them who even tried to do all kind of crazy stuff to get me to engage in something sexual with them. Ain't none of them been successful. Ain't none of them been successful. Cause you can't coerce me. Can't no man coerce me to put touching on them and kissing on them. Nah, you can't coerce me. I don't do that. I like women's. I like the ladies. I was about to say I like girls, but you got to be careful with that because somebody. Oh my God, no. I mean, I like the female sex of adult age. Let me put that because you got to put that disclaimer in there because there's some sick people out here in the world nowadays. So you can't just gotta be careful what you say. But I digress. Another thing I did like about this episode, they're showing that the new rookie Miles, the black guy who's from Texas, who got that god-awful accent that I can't stand. He actually, even though he's cocky and full of himself, he actually has a softer side. So there was a call that him and Tim had to respond to about a woman being battered. And he kind of rushed in, kind of forgot his training trying to save the woman. And then Tim had to pull him back, say, hey, you was wrong and all that. And then he told him, he said, look, when I was with the police station back in Sugar Land, Texas, that's where he's from, he was like, I got a call about a woman being battered and I didn't get there in time. So he showed that he has something that motivates him for why he was being police. He showed how much he actually cared. He wasn't just saying that because towards the end of the episode, the lady who was battered, she operates a group home for women, and he said he would volunteer his services free of charge to be security for them. So he went up a notch in my book. I still hate that god-awful accent, but it got his accent from Texas is almost as bad as Tretch's Texas accent on Jason's lyric back in the day, which I still don't understand why they got Tretch for that, because around the time that movie came out, Scarface was hit because the Diary just released. I'm like, why didn't you just get Scarface? Yeah, that's so yeah, his accent. But I like what they did. Big up to him. The new rookie Self, the white guy, who we find out lies for no reason, and I'm still thinking he's lying because he said he has cancer. He's came back to work. Lucy has a side eye at him, and she's like, "You get back to work, but you have cancer." He's like, "Well, you can check my medical record if you don't believe me." He is now involved with. If you remember from a couple seasons ago, Lucy had I'm gonna call the girl a mentee. It's a young lady she took in, was living on the street named Tamara. Tamara resurfaced because she's in college now. She said some new drug showed up, and she wants her to go undercover, but she volunteered. Lucy didn't ask us. Tamara volunteered to go undercover, to see where it's going. But she had suggested that they get one of the officers who worked there to accompany as her boyfriend. So Seth ends up coming in undercover with her, and him and Tamar, they start feeling that they catch a vibe. Lucy doesn't want her with him for obvious reasons, because the boy lies so damn much. So Lucy's kind of on pins and needles, as if you're a viewer who got any sense, you would be too. So we'll see how this plays out with those two. And it's one thing that they got going on right now I'm not too keen on. I don't understand it, because ever since this happened, we don't understand. Like Rachel, who was Lucy's friend, who was dating Tim, who left to go get a job, who moved back. Why is she back? We haven't seen anything from her since she announced that she was coming back, and she's staying on Lucy's couch. And we've been in Lucy's apartment so many times because, we see Selena, who's her roommate, living there. But we don't ever see Rachel anywhere. Or it has been assumed that time has passed, she got no money, she got an apartment, either way, she just, hey, I'm back, and we don't see what's going on. And speaking of Selena, with her little fine self, I love me some Selena. I'm so glad they toned down her with all that Venus in retrograde and, candles and sage worn off spirits, because I'm glad they toned that down. She actually more down to earth and more straightforward shooter than how she was. And of course, she definitely ain't bad on the eyes. That's one thing. Every time Lisette Chavez, that's the lady who plays Lucy, appears, like Ray Charles told B on the movie, my heart skip a beat. Yeah. So speaking of stuff that's on television, I consider Tubi, that's a TV channel. So Tubi is tripping because Tubi got 2 movies out. They're actually not bad movies, but just the people they had them, it's like, come on, man, don't nobody believe it. So the first movie I'm gonna talk about, it's called Kingdom Reign. It's about a drug empire. It goes from like the 80s all the way up to the present day, and how the trials and tribulations they have. Now, the person they got playing a drug lord on this, y'all are never gonna believe this, John Canada Terrell. For those of y'all who don't remember him, that is Flash. A Flash and the Ebony Sparks from the 5 Heartbeats. They got this man playing a drug lord on there. And I was like, come on, man. We really supposed to believe that Flash is out here selling dope. And even the scene when he first appeared and he was talking, I was like, get Flash up out of here, man. Like, he really trying to take Eddie's spot, ain't he? I was like, man, who approved his role for this? It's glad to see that OG still acting, but come on, man, y'all know better than to put Flash, of all people, get up out of here. Now, the second movie, this was worse that they had. It's called The 4 Points. It's about 2 LAPD detectives trying to stop like a 4-way gang war in a neighborhood in Los Angeles called 4 Points. I thought it was pretty good storyline. It kind of actually wasn't that bad to be low budget, but the person they had playing the crime boss, boy, I couldn't do nothing but laugh because it was hilarious. The person they had playing the crime boss, y'all get this, that was Dorian Wilson, excuse me, who most of y'all know as Professor Ogglevee from the Parkers. And the funny thing was, I heard his voice because they did that shit that some movies be doing where they try to like hide it and like they don't want to show you the person's face right away. You just hear their voice. And I heard the voice. I'm like, that sounds like Professor Ogglevee. Then when they showed him, I'm like, you got to be shitting me. Why don't I take Professor Ogglevee serious and no crime lord? I mean, he was definitely, he had some like serious moments in there. And you could tell he was giving his all. He seemed like he was angry. But I'm still seeing Professor Stanley Ogilvy from the Parkers. who Nikki Parker was in love with and damn near, like, stalked to death. Like, I was sitting there laughing so hard, like, hey, I ain't taking Professor Ogglevee serious, man, get up out of here. But other than that, both of those movies was actually pretty good. Like, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. They was actually some decent movies. I be telling y'all, don't sleep on Tubi, man. Tubi got some good shit on there. Y'all don't sleep on Tubi. Give Tubi a chance. Also, speaking of movies, so I didn't get around to talking about this last episode because I probably would have been going on an hour, which is like way longer because, 30 minutes is already a stretch for y'all to sit here and listen to me. I had a double feature day last weekend where I went and saw two movies. I went and saw Den of Thieves 2 and One of Them Days. Now, Den of Thieves 2, it's pretty decent. Gerard Butler's character, he decides that he's tired of actually, I think he got fired from the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. Got fired. He lost his divorce case because if you remember in the original Den of Thieves, him and his wife were divorcing, so he lost that case, and he just decides he's going to work with O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s character to do a new heist. The heist wasn't as intricate as it was in the first one. And then they had an element of surprise, because I'm not going to lie, the first Den of Thieves, I was in shock the whole movie, because I did not see him being the person, like, the end just threw me. But the heist was that elaborate. And to be honest with y'all, the ending set up almost similar to the Fast and the Furious series. So I have a feeling another Den of Thieves is on the way. And they, like I said, they probably finna do it like the Fast and Furious. And I'm gonna give this next one a chance. But if this next one ain't hitting, I've learned my lesson from Fast and Furious. I learned my lesson from the Terminator series. I'm hopping off, and I'm not gonna keep doing that to myself. No, I'm not gonna do that to myself. So, I give it, scale of 1 to 10, I give it a hard 6 off 7. Get a hard 6 off 7. The other movie I'm talking about, One of Them Days, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Was it ridiculous? Yeah. Was it stereotypical, i.e. ghetto? Of course. But the movie was hilarious. I haven't been to a movie and laughed like that out loud in a long time. I was in the theater, just me and one other person in the theater. And I genuinely, because most times, if anybody y'all remember going to theaters, like, a lot of times we'll laugh at something because, it's a herd effect. Other people laugh and we laugh. It might be funny, but it don't be as funny as we think. That movie, I'm by myself. I'm on one end, she on the theater. We didn't really hear each other. I'm dying. I'm dying. Like, that is, like I said, for the first time in a long time, that is a movie that I legit thought was hilarious. And they had some of everybody. They had Vanessa Bell Galloway in there. For those y'all who don't know who she is, she's been in a lot of stuff. She was the mama on Biker Boys. And most famously, she was the princess who Akeem had barking like a dog on Coming to America. They had her. They had Tony Baker on there. Y'all know him from social media for having them animal voiceovers, especially with the cat, the Skibbity Paps with the cat voice. They had Lil Rel Howery. I think he just going by Rel Howery, but he Lil Rel because that man then lost a lot of weight. And they also had Cat Williams in there. And Cat did what he always do. He stole the show. Didn't have that big of a role. But one thing about Cat Williams, everybody, we doing our thing. Cat is going to be like, I hold what it is to get my perm right. And he going to steal the show. And he did as Lucky, which was ironic name for his character because his character was far from it. And of course, the last person they put in here, this man's starting to get typecast because I knew from when they had his voice playing that I'm like, that don't tell me that's who I think it is. And sure enough, when he showed up on screen, I was not shocked. And that is Amin Joseph. For those of y'all who don't know who Amin Joseph is, That is Uncle Teach a Man How to Squabble, Jerome from Snowfall. I was like, damn, I'm like, that must gonna just be a running thing with him in movies like how with Liam Neeson, it's a running theme in the movie that he gonna have a cell phone and shit gonna go wrong. Cause y'all remember on Dope, he was the voice over the phone, "You're supposed to have my lunch, little nigga." And they kind of had him like redo that in here. And he always played a West Coast gangbanger. Like, complete with like khakis and chucks and all, except for Uncle Jerome. But he had a Jerry curl, so that kind of still went with the West Coast aesthetic. He just gets typecast to be those typecast, which is funny because Buddy actually is well spoken and is from New York. But like I said, he's getting typecast. But like I said, the movie to me, I give it a hard 8, soft 9. Hard 8, soft 9. Yeah, because like I said, it was kind of like they took Friday and made a female version. That's exactly what it was. It was a female modernized version of Friday, but it worked. I mean, it was complete with all the elements like SZA's character, who pissed me off in the movie. When y'all go see it, y'all gonna understand. Oh, that woman pissed me off in the movie. She was just like Smokey, and then they had another character on there who was pretty much Debo, female version of Debo. And they tried to make it seem like her ass was just like so fat. I mean, it was nice, but it wasn't like porn star fat. So, but like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. It's definitely worth a repeat. Out on the world of sports, Matt McClung, he did it. White boy done did it again. He didn't won the slam dunk competition again, which is throwing me for a loop because he's not even in the NBA right now. He's in the G League, which is so this All-Star, NBA All-Star weekend, which I'm going to be honest, last couple of years, I ain't even been knowing it's been All-Star weekend because that's how much it's not popularized anymore and how much don't nobody give a damn about it no more. And, you know what I'm saying, he won it, and then I'm like, with this type of talent and caliber talent this boy got, why is he not in the NBA? And it's not just him, it's a couple other people who are not in the NBA but in the G League. And I don't understand. And Adam Silver said that he was going to shorten the length. He wanted to try to propose to shorten the length of the quarters because he feel like that would draw more fans. No, Mr. Silver, that is not. The reason why you don't have fans anymore is, number one, you have made NBA program almost unaccessible to decent, hardworking people. You got to have certain streaming sites to see stuff. It ain't like I can turn on NBC, like, cause you know if you 90s kid like me, NBA on NBC was your jam. You hear that round ball rock, you hear that music, you know, the home of a spectacular move by Michael Jordan from Merv Albert, you know, came on the network channel. Now you got to have all these streaming services and all that, and everybody can't keep up with that, and everybody can't afford all that. With inflation and the way things going, can't nobody afford all that. Two, you got this stupid shit in that, like this in-season tournament. And I'm gonna argue against the in-season tournament shit all day long. I don't understand the purpose of it. It's so confusing that you're an in-season tournament, you're the in-season champions. What the hell is it? The in-season that don't even make sense. And then another thing about that damn streak y'all be having down them courts be hurting people's ass. Nobody want to see that crap. Look, the thing be messing up like how if you watch Family Guy and you watch Lois's shirt, depending on what type of TV, everybody remember how you watch it and Lois' shirt would like cause some like static or frizz. It wouldn't show all the way, which I'm surprised. I don't know because I don't watch Family Guy. I don't know if Family Guy has actually made a reference to that, but Seth Rogen, here's a free one. Here's one free of charge. Do that, because I know people have been talking about that. You got that little streak on that is just messing people's eyes up. Then you don't play no defense. Everybody chucking up threes. You know. And then on top of that, y'all so worried about the players who popular not necessarily good, because I'm going to be honest with y'all. Y'all got a hell of a lot of talent in the G League. Not just Matt McClung, who's playing with the Osceola Magic, which is Orlando's affiliate. It's 3 other cats, I'm going to say, that I know should be in the NBA. Number 1 is a friend of mine, Gerald, his son, Quincy Oliveri. He should be with the Lakers. I understand they got out this 2-way contract. I don't understand, but he should definitely be on the Lakers. He was dogging in the preseason. Steph Curry gave this man some approval. Gave his stamp of approval. He should have a guaranteed spot on the Los Angeles Lakers, not the South Bay Lakers, the G League affiliate. He needs to have a guaranteed spot on the Los Angeles Lakers that play in the Staples Center night in, night out. I'm not calling it the Crypto.com arena. I'm calling it the Staples Center. Like they said, the city of Los Angeles calls Staples Center. I'm going to call it Staples Center. That's how I know what it is, the Staples Center. He should be with them. Another one is Malachi Flynn. I didn't know he was in the G League until my boy Bo Blast, because he know him because he's Malachi Flynn is from Tacoma. I actually met the brother. I ain't gonna say like, oh, I'm cool with him. I met him, cool person, tall as hell, but then again, I'm short as hell, so that ain't really saying nothing. He was doing his thing for Toronto, then look up Toronto, send him to New York, and the first game with the Knicks, boy dropped 55. But he back in the G League now with the Austin Spurs. I ain't got to tell you who they affiliate is. If you can't get it from Spurs, then, you know, if you throw people out there, that's San Antonio. That's their G League affiliate. And another, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand that, like, dude's nice. He need to be up there. And the last person who needs to be up there, and this man has been all around the league, all around the world, that's Isaiah Thomas, who's also from Tacoma. Hey, Tacoma be balling. I don't understand why he's with the Salt Lake City Stars, the affiliate for Utah Jazz. And this man done been all around the league. He got all kind of. This man could probably go to any system and fit in, because he done been with so many systems. He know. I would say this though. When he's retired from playing, if he doesn't get into coaching, Adam Silver or whoever's person who listening to this, who's in line to take his place as commissioner, you need to have a guaranteed job waiting for Isaiah Thomas in the head office of the NBA. That man needs to be vice president of operations or assistant commissioner or something, because that man did damn near been around the league. Literally. He know the ins and outs of everything. He definitely needs a job with the NBA's corporate head office. So, yeah, I don't know, but that's the reason why the NBA is suffering. You got all this talent because they're not quote-unquote marquee players, which I don't understand, because your NBA dunk contest champion won it a couple years ago before that, so I don't know why he ain't up there. But that's what's hurting you. You worry about all this other stuff instead of who is actually giving a product that people want to see. Because Kobe even said this one time. He said he goes hard every game for that one fan who scraped and scrounged for their whole lives just for that one opportunity to come see him. So NBA, that's exactly why y'all need to do. Y'all need to do it. Have these people who make it a once in a lifetime experience. Need to go back to, because it ain't like what David Stern had made it back in the late 80s, early 90s. It's not NBA action. It's fantastic. It's NBA action. When is going off so I can watch something else? That's what it is at right now. Can't tell you the last time I watched a whole full NBA game. I'm going to get up out of here after this last thing I'm going to talk about. So this last thing I want to talk to y'all about, these are 3 sayings, because I've been hearing some sayings like the last week, and it just made me, a lot of them I don't like. And I want to talk about these 3 sayings, because these 3 sayings like irk the hell out of me. A number 1 saying I hate is, that's just how I am. Or that's just how they are. That's whole shit. Not bullshit, that's whole shit. Ain't nobody got to put up with you. That's just how you are. We ain't got to sit there and deal with how crappy of a person you are, how rude you are, how abrasive, how crass you are, because that's just how you are. No, we don't have to deal with that. I had a friend of mine, it's not one of my problems, but I don't care. His girlfriend, nobody could stand her. Matter of fact, her nickname among the group was Misery. Nobody liked her, just rude. Like, from the moment she met me, it was just rude. So one day, I was drinking. I put my drink down. She just poured my drink out. I said, I'm not through. Oh, well, you look like you were through. I said, did I tell you I was through? She's like, no, but I just thought you were through. I said, hey, don't you ever touch any of my shit again. And she's like, well, I just thought you were through. And so I went and told my homeboy. I said, hey, man, you need to get your girl. I said, why? Get your girl. He said, why? I said, look, she done said some sideways things to me. She threw my drink out. I'm giving her a pass. He like, oh, man, don't worry about that. Just the way you are. I looked him dead in the face. Said, oh, that's the way she is. Okay, I said, so the next time she does that and I slap the fuck out of her, don't get mad, because that's just the way I am. And he just looked shocked. And my cousin was with me. And my cousin was like, and you ain't going to get up and do nothing either, bro. So it is what it is. Tell her to calm down. Not one of my proudest moments, but hey, you know, don't touch people's shit. Leave people alone. Another one I hate is when people say, just pray about it. Something going wrong, just pray about it. You can't pray problems away. You can't. There's got to be some type of course of action or something. Matter of fact, there's a saying, it's in the Bible, as a matter of fact, faith without work is dead. You can't pray something in fruition. Which is why, when it comes to like you think about the civil rights movement, that's why growing up I admired Martin Luther King. But as I got older, I agree with Malcolm. Martin was like, well, we're going to go this way and we're going to not do that. But hopefully you'll see that we don't want to cause no problems and you'll give us a seat at the table. Malcolm was like, well, we really don't want no seat at your table. We want our own opportunities. And if we got to be at your table, we want us to give you just want a fair shot. But if you ain't going to give us a fair shot, we just going to knock this whole table over. Point like that. So either let us sit at the table or we just going to knock the table over. And as a matter of fact, I saw a meme yesterday. And it said, this was beautifully written. It said, David didn't pray for Goliath. He killed his ass. And I said that couldn't have been said any more beautiful. Yeah, so pray about it. No, you can't just pray the way. You can pray about it, but then you got to have a course of action. Yeah, you can't just, yeah. No, I'm going to get off because, that one make, I'm getting hot and bothered about that one. And the last one, I absolutely hate this. And people, I know if I'm a friend of yours, you've heard me say, I'm sorry for repeating it, which I know I got a tendency to do a lot of things. I'm self-aware. You are my friend. You just gonna have to get used to it. I don't like this one. A broken clock is right twice a day. Oh, God, I hate that one. Hate that with a passion. Because there's 24 hours in a day. So out of those 24 hours, we just gonna forget that everything went wrong for 22 hours because 2 hours things went correctly. Which basically means, oh, yeah, this person is notorious for being wrong and this got a bad attitude and a bad reputation. But, you know, we overlook that because every blue moon they'll say or do something. No, I don't know. We're not going to give you no pass because every once in a while you do something decent. First of all, you're supposed to be wanting to do that anyway. You're supposed to be a decent person already. I'm not giving you no pass. It's like saying, oh, this man was a crackhead, but because he, you know, had some sound advice or because, you know, he paid his bills or something like that. No, he's still a crackhead. Because actually, here's the thing. Most crackheads are actually pretty intelligent. They just fell on hard time. They got an addiction. But no, we ain't going to overlook that you still a cracker or like a person or like a woman who is very promiscuous, i.e. a hoe. And, you know, somebody might be talking about her and somebody like, hey, that's my cousin. Okay, because that's your cousin? Supposed to stop her from being a hoe? I mean, or like, you know, she might do this and like be hoes and be like, well, she owns her own business, she do all that. Okay, just because she owns her own business don't mean she still ain't tossing that ass from here to Timbuktu. You know, her working with kids don't negate her being a jump off. You know, so I hate that one. That's one I absolutely hate. Like I said, y'all know me. Y'all know I hate that one. Okay, so I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. It's been good rapping with y'all. I actually had a good time doing this one. Y'all know where y'all can find me. Y'all can find me on Facebook. Search the name. You can find me on Instagram, PDMac10, PETYMAC10. You can find me on TikTok, PDMac89. Replace the 1 and the 0 that was on the Instagram and put the 8 and the 9 up there, and that's the TikTok. Until next week, y'all be cool, stay calm, and get paid. Peace.